In the near future, scientists create a wrist implant called the timer, which counts down to the moment you meet your soulmate. Both partners need the device for it to work, and it beeps when they finally cross paths. The timer becomes a massive hit, adopted by most of society, but some reject it, preferring to choose their own path. In Los Angeles, Dennis Una's timer hasn't activated, signaling her soulmate lacks one. After a few months with her latest boyfriend, she persuades him to get a timer and takes him to the clinic. The staff know Una well. She brings every boyfriend to check if they're her match. Her boyfriend's timer activates, showing he'll meet his soulmate in 2 years, but Una's stays off. She breaks up with him, crushed, while he's thrilled about meeting the one after college. Una's stepsister, Steph, lives freely, enjoying one-night stands with men whose timers are close to zero, as her own timer indicates 15 years until she meets her soulmate. She urges Una to have fun in the meantime, but Una insists on certainty before committing. One day at a grocery store, cashier Mikey flirts with Una. She's charmed but notices his timer has a countdown, meaning he's not her soulmate. Mikey sees her inactive timer and suggests they could still hook up given their long waits, but Una declines. That night, the sisters visit their parents' home, where their younger brother Jesse is getting his timer implanted by a visiting matchmaker. The moment it's inserted, Jesse's timer beeps, showing he'll meet his soulmate in 3 days. The family celebrates, but Una, feeling it's unfair, blurts out her frustration. Realizing she's dampening the mood, she forces a smile, congratulates Jesse, and leaves without eating. Exhausted and fed up, Una returns to the grocery store and, after hesitating, invites Mikey to spend the night. He eagerly agrees, handing his shift to a coworker, and they drive to his place. The ride is awkward. They barely know each other, and Una doubts her choice. At Mikey's messy apartment, his 4 loud roommates highlight his youth, making her reconsider. They share a kiss, which feels right, but seeing his timer with only 4 months left, Una feels guilty and leaves, apologizing. The next day, Mikey shows up at Una's dental office, having tracked her down as the only dentist with her surname. He reveals he's a musician, not just a cashier, and argues that timers show the endgame, but life's about the detours. Una, still convinced it's wrong to interfere with his future soulmate, turns him down. That evening, she cuts short a boring blind date with a guy who only speaks when prompted, and heads to the club where Steph bartends. To her surprise, Mikey's band is performing. His energy on stage stirs something in Una. Their intense eye contact leads her back to his place. As they're about to get intimate, his roommates barge in, making noise. Mikey steps out, telling them to quiet down because Una's a once-in-a-lifetime chance. Overhearing this, Una's flattered. He plays music to muffle the sounds, and they finally hook up. Meanwhile, Steph, at her receptionist day job, flirts with a handsome client, Dan, but stops when she sees he has no timer. Later, she's excited to hear about Una's fling, but warns her not to see Mikey again, predicting heartache. Days later, the family gathers, buzzing with anticipation as Jesse's timer hits 0. Nothing happens at school, but when he gets home, the cleaning lady, Elena, introduces her husband and daughter, Soledad. Soledad's timer suddenly beeps, matching Jesse's. They're soulmates. The shy teens exchange glances while Jesse's mom excitedly plans their future, making Elena uneasy. She takes her family and leaves. That evening, as Una leaves her office, someone startles her from behind. She swings, hitting Mikey, who's there to see her. He convinces her to spend another night together, and they head to her place. Their connection grows beyond physical attraction, and Una even bonds with Mikey's fun roommates. One day, she mentions her father is a music producer she hasn't seen since her parents' divorce. Mikey, realizing her dad's a big name in the industry, says it makes their connection even more special. At the same time, Steph's boss scolds her for missing a call, but Dan, the client from earlier, covers for her. He shows interest, but Steph, uninterested because he lacks a timer, thinks he'd be good for Una and invites him to her bar. She also asks Una to come, noting she's been distant. Una, hiding her relationship with Mikey, feels guilty, but skips the bar to be with him. Dan and Steph end up talking all night. Dan shares that his wife died 3 years ago, and he believes she was his soulmate, so he avoids getting a timer. Steph starts catching feelings. When Steph gets home, she's upset Una ditched her. Seeing Mikey in Una's room, she realizes they're secretly dating and argues with Una about Mikey's nearing timer. Mikey interrupts, peeling off his timer. It's a fake sticker. He explains he wore it to avoid mockery and doesn't believe timers work. Hurt by his lie, Una kicks him out. Days later, she misses him, realizing their natural connection let her be herself without timer pressure. They reconcile and start dating again. At Thanksgiving, Una brings Mikey to her parents' house, where Elena's family joins with traditional dishes to unite the families. The teens, Jesse and Soledad, are still awkward, but Mikey, who speaks Spanish, helps translate, easing tensions. Una's parents quiz Mikey, but she answers for him, fearing judgment. After dinner, her mom says she likes Mikey but worries about Una's heartbreak when her soulmate appears. Meanwhile, Steph and Dan begin a casual, secret relationship. Later, Mikey tells Una he loves her, triggering her panic. She visits her estranged father, Rick, with Steph for support. To break the ice, Una shares Mikey's music for Rick to consider. She asks why he never got a timer, but Rick reveals he has one, contradicting her mom's claim that his refusal caused their divorce. His timer still has time left, but he prioritizes real emotions. His younger girlfriend, who removed her timer to choose him, inspires the sisters. They rush to the clinic to remove their timers, warned that removal is permanent. Steph goes through with it, feeling free, but as Una's turn arrives, her timer beeps. Her soulmate just got one, with 5 hours until they meet. Curious, Una keeps hers, upsetting Steph, who feels betrayed. At their shared birthday party, Jesse approaches Soledad, revealing he's learned some Spanish for her. Without family pressure, they start bonding. Mikey translates for Elena and Una's mom, who agree to stay professional and let the teens figure things out. Steph, enjoying time with Dan, is interrupted when Una bumps into him. Their timers beep, they're soulmates. Steph storms to the kitchen, and Mikey, hurt, leaves. Dan follows Steph, saying he got the timer for her and doesn't care about Una. Una tells Steph she's her best friend, and no soulmate is worth losing her. Una leaves, and the next day, she finds Mikey, revealing she removed her timer to be with him. Mikey, sensing she's not truly in love, gently rejects her, saying she's seeking safety, not passion. Devastated, Una visits Steph, and they reconcile after a heartfelt talk. Sometime later, Una runs into Dan while jogging. They share an awkward chat, noting their similarities, but part ways, knowing it's too late. Una embraces her freedom, ready to live without the timer's constraints. Make sure to subscribe and turn on notifications so you can watch more videos like this. Thanks for watching.